My name is Valentina Dokic. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I am Power96.
I don't. In other words, retaliation is a must.
Thank you for waiting, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for the one and only Rick Ross. Make some noise! He's all yours. I'll leave it up to you guys.
How long did it take you to do the album?
I may have spent a little more than a year on it. You know, just not all at once, but just over, you know what I'm saying, here and there, taking certain things I like, putting it to the side, and yeah, so I spent a little over a year on it.
When they get a tour?
Real soon. You know, I'm gonna keep promoting the album for another month or two, and then I'll be kicking off a headliner tour. Most definitely. I need y'all there in those type of shirts just like that. I know he got a question with that self-made shirt. I want to hear your question. Talk to me.
Are there any collaborations that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
Most definitely. I do want to acknowledge Dr. Dre was my single biggest influence, you know, just in rap music to me. So, you know, that Three Kings record is most definitely one that's, you know, near to my heart. But of course, it's a lot of artists such as Sade and, you know, it's even more MCs out there that I most definitely want to collaborate and drop that heat on the streets.
Who, do you have any new people coming into MMG?
You know, I got to shout out Rocky Fresh, the newest member of MMG, as well as Omarion and, you know, Gunplay, you know, Stally, Meek Mill, Wale, DJ Scream. You know, I just want to focus on the team now. I feel like we the Miami Heat of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta tell you, I'm so proud of you, man, because we like go back like 12, 13 years. I'm gonna tell you how crazy our relationship is, Jay. We actually had beef before he was actually even signed like 13 years ago. He did a diss song about me.
I don't blame you. I work with this guy every day. I don't know why you would say do a diss record.
I'm ready to find it and sell it. Maybe I can make some money off of it now. But it's crazy because I remember like when I first got Hustling and I played it and I backed it up like 30 times or whatever, and that's when I knew you was out of here at that point, though. I mean, that song was pretty much what started all that made your life just go boom. Did you ever think that you would be like one of the highest grossing rappers, being international, just, you know, starting right here at the crib?
Man, you know, I can't say I knew that I would be here. I just knew I was going to, you know, do whatever it took to be here. I was going to work just as hard, you know what I'm saying? And it's real. You most definitely rep me out the gate, big homie, and I salute and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Got some money then?
You're doing big things though. So
no, I appreciate the love, man.
At all time, you heard me?
No doubt.
Yeah, but you know, it just feel good to be here, man, and repping the city.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And most definitely, you know, leaving that door open for the next artist that want to shine. Shout out to Iceberg, who flew up to New York City with me last night. You know what I'm saying? I flew him up just to come kick it. And it was his first time there. We was at the album release party, and I just did it just to really inspire them. Go hard on your records.
Well, one thing I can say that you always said that you were going to do, you always said that you were going to look out for the crib when you make it, you know, and that's one thing you did do, especially like with Gunplay. But also, I got to commend you for even signing Meek Mills, you know, being from my hometown. Like, I know about him actually from my son, because my son, you know, he's 20 years old, but he was playing Meek like 6 years ago. And then when you signed him, I was like, wow, how did that like, you know, that venture happen? How did you hook up with Meek?
Well, I actually was on the promo run for Teflon Don, and I was pulling into Philly, and I'm like, Philly, what up? Talk to your boy. I was just really getting on Twitter. I mean, I had 20, 30,000 followers. It was all love, though, you heard me? But I just remember seeing everybody tweeting about Meek Mill. I said, well, I'm pulling up to the radio station in 20 minutes. Tell them to holler at me.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. And half of the people on the Twitter was saying he was in jail. He, you know, whooping. I was doing the interview and he walked in the radio station.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just chopped it up with him. He asked me, you know, to get on one of his remixes. He had just got out of, you know what I'm saying, a bad situation, and he was trying to focus, and I just seen it in his eyes. I took his number and 3 weeks later. This at a time where, I'm charging 75 to 100K for a verse, you know what I'm saying? And I took his number, and 3 weeks later, I did the verse for him on the house and just sent it to him.
Wow.
Yeah, we stayed in touch, and here we are.
That was
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So 5th album, Ross.
5th album, God Forgives I Don't. I feel I'm extremely proud of it. I'm excited about it. I feel like the balance, you know what I'm saying, from, the savage into the sophisticated side of the music is it's priceless. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody who, played a part, me putting it together, man. And it's just a huge record. You know what I'm saying? From the intro, from records like Three Kings to sexy records like Diced Pineapples to soulful records like Ashamed. I just wanted to make sure that balance was there.
Speaking of which, like you said, Three Kings, when you're sitting there recording an album like that with, or a single like that with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z, do you ever sit back and are you just starstruck? Like, I'm in a room right now with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z.
No,
you grew up listening to these guys.
I grew up listening. They influenced me, man. You know what I'm saying? In so many different ways. I'm just, I'm sitting in the room actually, and it's like, yo, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that much, but it's just like I see him right here. It's the dude that was in the Straight Outta Compton video.
Right.
One of my favorite records in the history of life. You know what I'm saying?
That whole NWA album, that was
just the whole. And it's just going through my mind, and it's inspiring me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them dudes, like, when I'm challenged, I get more crunk. You know what I'm saying? And, Snoop passing me something to smoke, and I'm just, yo.
Speaking of, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What's up with Snoop, man? He's talking about Snoop lying. He's reincarnated as
did he really smoke some bad weed in Jamaica or something? Because he think he Bob Marley now.
Nah, man. You know Snoop, the OG legend, man. He smoked so good that, he been on top of his game so long. You know what I'm saying? He the lion.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe it. I think I smoked what he smoked.
Yeah, I most definitely smoked it.
Yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about that had us all concerned, and just as a friend, man, and we went back for so long, is that health scare that you had.
Yeah.
Like, are you taking care of yourself? Because honestly, man, the way that the tabloids went, I thought that you died. I turned on the radio and everybody playing Rick Ross, like, Rick, get better. Like, damn, he ain't died. Like, relax, Like, everything just went crazy. Like, the rumors are, like, everywhere. Like, you straight now, you cool, you taking care of yourself?
Yeah, most definitely, man. It was most definitely a scare, you know what I'm saying? I suffered 2 seizures.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And, I've been healthy. I've been a big dude my whole life, but Fat Boy Swagger Crew, that's how I do it.
I feel you on that one, brother.
Yeah, but, it was just one of those situations where when I had the first one and, I woke up, it just felt like I took a nap. It wasn't what I would have expected. Or, it could have been a lot worse, is what I'm saying. So I just kept going about, I ordered a private jet, another plane to get on. Got on a private jet, and I had another one as soon as I went to sleep. And, they took me to the hospital, of course, and the doctor told me I was extremely exhausted. And that would have continued every time I got some rest if I hadn't addressed it. Because I just, been going so long of, just not doing right, drinking too much champagne.
Yeah, man.
2 hours of sleep a night, you know what I'm saying?
Catches up with you.
So, yeah, it was just a few things I had to correct.
Cool. The other thing is, like, I see a lot of rappers, and unfortunately, a lot of South Florida rappers, like, over the years that have not been able to evolve. Like, how challenging is it for you? Because I've seen your music grow over the last 12 years,
Right.
Like, to the point that where, I don't know if I want to call it grown folk hip hop, but it's like, it's just different. You got a sound, you're able to evolve, you're able to stay relevant. How hard is that?
I think, really, I think that's really one of the things that make me who I am as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And that's me growing up. My mom playing those soul records, that Johnny Taylor. You know what I'm saying? That Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
And all day, all night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wake up to it, you go to sleep to it. So I just remember being 5, 6 years old and loved Clarence Carter. When everybody else I know was in the, other things. I just love that type of music, so I tend to impute it and put those same instruments, those live instruments into my records and just discuss the things I want to discuss, but the production would just be a whole nother level.
Now, before you get out of here, because I know you're a busy dude, I know you're a super Heat fan, #1 Heat fan. You love the Heat.
Better believe it.
What's going on with the Miami Dolphins this year? Ross, talk to me. What's going to happen?
I mean, you know, I always remain optimistic when it comes to the Dolphins.
You have no choice.
You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a real Dolphin.
I know one positive thing I'm extremely happy about is my brother Chad Johnson.
Yeah.
Not Ocho Cinco, but Chad Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my partner. You know, he joined the team, and it looked like we got us some cool. We picked up some other cool players, and you know, it's time to turn up.
I see you stay on that Instagram heavy, son.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? I just know when I was younger, that was the things that inspired me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that motivated me as a person to want to become something or be somebody was seeing those images and album covers of Eric B. and Rakim, and even what Luke was doing. You know what I'm saying? Just being an entrepreneur, just being a owner of your own business, your own company. That inspired me even at a young age. So when, you know, I used to buy cassettes of records and walk up to Carol Mart. It was the flea market then. Let's keep it real. 183rd Street
Flea market.
Yeah. When I used to walk up there when I was a kid, I used to, you know, get up, cut a few yards. You know what I'm saying? In a little hood, go through the townhouses. I cut your little grass, $5 a cut. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a little money, go up there to the flea
Grass
market.
has changed over the years.
Yeah, most definitely. And I used to buy the records and the cassettes, and I remember reading the credits. To me, was just as important was looking at the artwork. I wanted to know who executive produced it, what record label it was on, what was the address, and that's why I looked up to Luke. I just remember Pac Jam Publishing on the back of all his records. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, you know what I'm saying, that was inspiration. So I kind of use that Instagram as that too. This what life like when you go hard. This what life like when you commit to something, when you stand behind something, when you believe in something. These some of the things that you could have, you feel me? And that's just the way I look at it.
All right, back one last question, because I know you're really into sports. I want you to settle this argument with my producer, John Dewey, over here, right? About your football career. Because first of all, I gotta commend you because you actually came out and spoke to my kids last year. Because I coached football, you came out and spoke to them, and that was big. They still talk about that.
Of course,
you know that's real big. The other thing is, I know you played high school ball, right?
Of course, one of the greatest that ever did it.
All right, what position did you play?
Center.
Okay, and where did you go to college?
I got a scholarship at, I don't want to say it wrong, Albany State.
Albany State.
Yeah, Albany State.
Okay, settle my argument.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. He said your high school field got tore up after, well, same thing. It's in New York, Syracuse, Albany.
What it was, you know, at Carol City, man, we just, you know, the program at Carol City High was just so strong. Shout out to Coach Walt Frazier. You know what I'm saying? He just had us really focused. We was going hard. It was just a lot of us on that team that was just, we just excelled at what we did. You know what I'm saying? May not have had the best grades and SAT scores, but we excelled, you know, on the athletic side. And, you know, a lot of us got scholarships. And, you know what I'm saying? A couple of us went to Albany State College. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it just didn't work out for me.
Ross, I want to thank you so much for coming by the show, my brother.
Man, you already know. I want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, of course, Power for holding me down, the whole team. This is the hottest radio show in the morning around the globe. You hear me? Y'all better keep it locked in. Make sure y'all go pick up my new album, God Forgives, I Don't. It's in stores right now. You could get it on iTunes. It's the biggest LP of the year. Make sure you repping the crib. 305-954. All my Latinos, all my Chicos. You already know this Gordito checking in. You got to keep it caliente. You understand?
I like it. I hope you sell 100 million copies, my brother. Rick Ross in the studio!